Hello, welcome to today's edition of Pegasus Test. On today's edition, we're going to do a review of the GunSkins handgun camouflage kit. Although I chose to get a gun skin for this Glock 21 in ATACS FG, I've done other handguns in hydro dipping, specifically my Glock 22, which I'll put a picture here. And that was done in multicam. And basically the effects are the same. I mean, it's clearly a decal for the gun skin, and the hydrographic dipping definitely conforms to the gun somewhat better, but at arm's length distance you cannot tell the two apart. Here we have a Glock 21 done in the ATACS FG pattern using the GunSkins pistol kit. The GunSkin kit comes in three parts. It's designed for any pistol. It's about any size generically, and for the Glock 21 it covered most of the gun. And when I say most, let me give us some explanation on that. The kit comes with three pieces. It comes with a slide piece and a left and right frame piece. The slide piece was perfect for the slide. It covered end to end. Matter of fact, there was excess that had to be cut off on each end. And in full disclosure, I messed up here, so you see a little blemish towards the sight there. You have to cut around the sight when putting it in, and I overheated it and kind of stretched it out and wrinkled it. That's my fault. That's nothing to do with GunSkins. The frame pieces towards the back of the gun, you have to wrap around the grip at the back, as you can see here. And the two patterns came together at the top of the grip, but only made it to this portion on each side, leaving the checkered pattern exposed in a giant triangle. So I'd taken another excess piece of the material and put it over to cover up, and it blends in pretty well. I think I see the blemishes more because I know where they are. Overall, I think it does blend in pretty good. But so if this had been like a Glock 17, I'm sure the side kits would have covered it completely. But that's just something to be aware of. The kit does take a little wear. As you can see, I have the attachment device right here for a Blackhawk Omnivore holster. And holstering it up, it has caused a little blemish on the front of the gun when it goes into the holster. But it's holding up pretty good because that's a few hundred, probably approaching 1,000 reholsterings. I do practice dry firing a lot. And I'd say with that kind of abuse, the little wrinkle that's appeared over time is minor, to say the least. You start off by watching the instructional video put out by GunSkins. It's a very good video. They're very explanative. It takes about a half hour to watch. First thing you have to do with the gun is clean it really good. If you buy their installation kit, they give you some frog lube degreaser. Any degreaser will do. Matter of fact, in their video they actually use non-chlorinated brake cleaner, which is a trick I used. I followed their example on the guns that I have done. The only time I did not is when working with optics, just out of more precaution than anything. I don't think it would hurt them. You do have to, when you put the skins on, cut around the protrusions. As you can see here, I cut around the skin for the slide to make room for the extractor and the ejection port. Otherwise, and I had to make room for the sights. Otherwise, you're not cutting too much. On the frame, you just have to make cutout allowances, obviously for the magazine release and for the takedown lever. That's it. You can make allowances for the pins if you choose. In my case, I'm not thinking I'm going to need to get in there, and I'll cross that bridge when I have to. And if I do have to make changes, I'll just cut the skins right there to get access to the pins. But since I didn't think I'm going to have to do that for quite some time, I just went ahead and left them covered over. If you apply the right amount of heat and you follow their procedures about how to make the GunSkin stick, you can see the texture of the pistol came through. You can see right up here where it says made by Glock, Smyrna, Georgia, all that came through. Even down here the patent number somewhat comes through. So it does mold very consistently. This is a good low-priced alternative in comparison to getting your gun hydro dipped. I have another Glock, Glock 22, that I had dipped in multicam a few years back, and that cost me almost $200. This GunSkin kit was $24.95. So as you can see, pretty good price comparison in comparison. It does take time. It took me about an hour and a half to do this. The video for doing it's about 20 minutes. But that includes the time it took for cleaning, that included the time it took for the solvent to dry off, and just taking my time, making sure I got things done correctly. This is definitely a case where patience works to your advantage. Definitely, if you think you want to camouflage your gun, this is an option to consider. Another option for this that makes or I should say another case that makes this a viable option is with the surplus Glocks that are on the market. There's a lot of police turn-in Glocks out there, especially Glock 22s. Now, most of them in pretty good condition. I mean, if you think about it, cop guns get shot little, holstered a lot, and some of them have some holster wear, mild amounts. Other ones look like they've been kicked across the parking lot a few times. If you get one of those guns that have been kicked across the parking lot, or at least look like they have, one of these GunSkin kits is a great idea because it covers up all the sins and leaves you with a good-looking pistol that functions excellently. Real quickly, I wanted to give a view of the other side of the pistol here. As you can see, the slide lock lever gets covered up, but you just cut it free and it stays nice and covered and camouflage and blends in. You do have to cut around the magazine release, but that's no problem. And once again, the heat makes this adhere really well. You can clearly see down here at the bottom of the grip, the Glock symbol came through nice and clear through the material. And the gripping surface, you can feel the texture through the GunSkin material. So once again, a really good product, and it's not hydro dipping, but it is darn close. We hope you found this segment about GunSkins for pistols helpful and informative. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and tune in for future gun camouflage videos.